Look at that, the old and the new, the old 1960s Volkswagen bus and the upcoming 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz. So as you can see, things have changed. The new one is all electric, and as a matter of fact, it's the center of this rebranding campaign that Volkswagen is putting out there. You probably saw an ad that I featured a couple of weeks ago that was pretty much head on addressing Dieselgate. I actually thought that was one of the best ads I've ever seen. But now they are putting out the ads that was featuring the Volkswagen Buzz. Is this the best future they're flaunting in front of us, rather than maybe a car that's for sale maybe later this year, like ID3? Or the next year? And is ID Buzz really a car that people would really want to buy in large numbers? It looks cool in terms of like look, old and the new, but will people really buy it? So let's talk about it coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, so I mentioned this ad that Volkswagen Group ran a couple of weeks ago during NBA Finals here in the United States, addressing the Dieselgate, and essentially kind of featuring the Sound of Silence is the soundtrack, but essentially they were saying how they had to do some soul searching after an embarrassing and horrible, really, scandal, and how they showing this guy who was apparently their designer, who was kind of looking for some ideas, and then saw the Volkswagen bus and decided to reimagine it and redesign it, and that's what they're coming out with now. There are print ads and like digital ads like this one, that they're basically saying, like in this case, after the bad buzz, here's a better one. And I've seen one in person. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks really cool. But the question is, will it catch on? I know baby boomers might buy it, but besides those, I'm not really sure if this is something that people would be into. Pickup trucks and compact SUVs. That's what the new world is all about, and it is definitely an odd choice. The question is, are they really trying to advertise it, or are they just trying to kind of, because of the contrast, because of this contrast, are they just basically trying to say that they are a new company now? If it's the latter, then I'm all for it. But if they're actually seriously promoting the Volkswagen Buzz, I'm not quite sure if it's the best strategy. I know what you might say, Alex, you just did a video about how Audi is advertising e-tron GT instead of the e-tron SUV that's on the market, and you're like all over their butts. But here you're saying it's okay. So let me explain. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-electric, all-new M-Byte, the electric SUV coming to the US and Europe at the end of next year, starting at only $45,000. You should get on a reservation list like myself and 50,000 other people. It takes $0 to do so in about a minute of your time. So if you haven't already for some reason, and if you're watching my channel, I think this is the right time. So go to the description of this video and get yours today. All right. So and by the way, there's quite a few interesting pictures of this car. They're kind of going with the same. I think this was shot in Santa Cruz. Just if I remember, I think this is a 17-mile drive. Pretty cool inside. The vertical screen that I'm kind of really digging. I've always liked it ever since Tesla Model S, had it in 2012. The wheel, as you can probably see, this indicates that this car can be fully autonomously driven. I think a lot of manufacturers are now kind of building that in. Of course, the reconfigurable interior, which it looks like a lot of manufacturers are going to be going with, where you can kind of reconfigure your cars as they become autonomous, and it kind of becomes your little living room. So I'm all behind that. So I really think it's pretty cool. And of course, these are the side mirror cameras, which I wasn't really that crazy with the Audi e-tron, but hopefully they'll do a better job on this. All right, so let's talk about this. I just did a video about e-tron GT being in Spider-Man and also being in a Avengers and in a Super Bowl commercial. And I just don't quite understand why they're advertising the car that is not really for sale or not even for reservation. So why am I not on the butt of Volkswagen about the same thing about Volkswagen Bus? So two things. One is I think they should incorporate the ID3 because essentially that's the car that's going to be out there only in Europe for now. But whatever, pick something that people can go and reserve or buy. Because there's only so much of these videos and cool stuff that we can see. So, but my thing is this: if this is all about rebranding of Volkswagen Group, rebranding of the Volkswagen brand, where our brains are being prepared that they are going to finally come up with something for us, including here in the United States, then I can see how that works because nobody knows what this car is. Nobody ever heard of it. Definitely not in the 60s. But the Volkswagen Bus, hey, everybody knows for 60s, 70s, and 80s, and so forth. So that's a good contrast between the past and the present. Now, I'm interested if you guys would say that the Volkswagen Bus is something that people would be actually interested in buying. Would you be interested in buying a Volkswagen Buzz? And so, what would be the price? Because I'm assuming the pricing will probably go into the 40s whenever it's released. The range, I'm assuming, needs to be in the 300s because in 3 years, that's probably going to be the standard. But should a brand like Volkswagen advertise something that we can buy or reserve? Or do we need to be prepped? And maybe we do, because I know a lot of people are saying, I'll never buy, a company that did Dieselgate. I'll never buy a car, even if it's electric from them. Do we need to be prepped? I'm interested in knowing what you think about that. I'm also interested in you joining my VIP list. Check it out at e4electric.com/VIP. We're just about to send out yet another bonus story of the week. It's all free. Go to e4electric.com/VIP. And also shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Nicholas Curtis. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. The only place where you can watch these videos live. And thank you for keeping this channel independent with your contributions. If you want to do so, starts only $1 a month, really. Go to E4Electric. No, that's not it. Go to patreon.com/E4Electric. I'm really losing it. It's the end of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I will see you next time. And remember to stay charged.